Hello, this is Cyborg 1388 here, and welcome to the second episode of the Geometry Cast. Today's topic is the difficulties. At this point in our difficulties chat, I will be saying that we will go from easiest to hardest after this one. This one is a little weird. The NA difficulty. It's a gray face with not really any facial expression. It's just a gray face. This is when an unrated level is created and no recommendation is given because it's not required. And even if it is given, your level can be the NA difficulty. These reward you no stars no matter what because these levels cannot be rated and therefore cannot give you stars nor moons. Next up on the difficulty ladder is the auto, which is by far the easiest difficulty, requiring you to only interact one time or zero, maybe, but probably between 0 and 10 times at most. And the 10 times are usually for a coin or something like that. Auto is rewarded with 1 star when completed and give you no mana orbs. Next up is the easy difficulty, which is the easiest difficulty to have a main level attached to it. These being Stereo Madness and Back on Track. Now, in the difficulty of online levels, there are 2 things to note. This is the first difficulty that gives you more than 1 star, and it's also the first difficulty that gives you mana orbs when you complete them. Mana, I'm going to be saying mana. Or, it's interchangeable, but I'm just going to say mana orbs. This one gives you 50 mana orbs. Next up is the one that I like the most in the online scene, the normal difficulty. Normal also has 2 main levels attached to it, being Poltergeist and Dryout. With the normal difficulty in the online scene, you get 3 stars and 75 mana orbs when completed. These are the next up, and next up is going to be a little different. Now, like I said in the last part, where I talked about the normal game mode, here's where it gets weird. You know, if you play Geometry Dash, that in the online scene, there are 2 different star ratings for hard levels. Hard levels can be a 4-star or a 5-star. 4-star levels grant 125 mana orbs if completed, and 5-star hards give 175 mana orbs when completed. There are yet again 2 main levels for the hard difficulty, which grant you 5 and 6 stars, and they are base after base and can't let go. In a future episode, we'll talk about how I think these should lay out. Now, let's move on to the next difficulty. And next up, just like the difficulty before it, the harder difficulty has 2 different star ratings in the online scene, with a 6 and a 7 stars. 6-star harders give you 225 mana orbs, and 7 stars give you 275 mana orbs. There are a total of 5 harder levels in main level Geometry Dash, being in order Jumper, Time Machine, Cycles, blast processing, and geometrical dominator. I'm pretty sure more will be coming soon, though. Now, let's move on to the second to last difficulty. Well, not really. Next up is the insane difficulty, which is the last difficulty that has only one difficulty face. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink, wink. Well, without further ado, let's explain. There are, just like the harder difficulty and hard difficulty before it, there are two different star ratings. There's the 8-star, which is 350 mana orbs when completed, and the 9-star, which is 425 mana orbs when you complete. Now, there are a total of, drumroll please, wow, that was like the worst drumroll ever, but whatever. Without further ado, there are 7. X-Step, Clutterfunk, Theory of Everything, Electromed Adventures, Electrodynamics, Hexagon Force, Finger Dash, and Dash. Hello, future me here, and just going to say that here is where I made a mistake. There are not 7 Insanes, there are 8, as you could tell. So, since I'm a doo-doo head, I'm just going to continue. Next up, we have the hardest and probably most talked about difficulty, the demon difficulty. Now, you know how when I said in the harder section there were only 2 difficulties left, but not really, and then in the insane I also said that the insane difficulty is the hardest difficulty and last difficulty with only 1 difficulty face? Here's where the big reveal comes in. There are 5 different demon difficulties. All of them award you 10 stars when completed and 500 mana orbs, which is equivalent to a different collectible we will talk about in our next episode. And, well, demons are the most talked about difficulty due to that the hardest type of demon, the extreme demon, has its own list known as the demon list, which contains the top 50, 10, 25, 50, 100, 200, 150, I think it's 150, but you can make a demon list of however much you want. Demons. The top demons in, like, the hard. Well, now that I'm done gibbering and jabbering on about how cool demons are, we're going to move on to each of the 5 separate things. But before I do, I'm going to mention that there are 3 main level demons which are Clubstep, Theory of Everything 2, and Deadlock. Now the thing that's cool about them is they have the OG demon face. The demon face, when you search up in an online level, the main demon face is the hard demon face, and that's the demon face for every single main level demon. But, according to the star rating, Deadlocked, if each of the demons in the main levels had different faces, I feel like Theory of Everything 2 would have had a hard, Clubstep, medium, and then Deadlocked would have an insane demon face, but that's just my opinion. And, alright, I said this like a whole minute ago. Let's move on to all 5 of the different demon faces. Now, like I said in the last section, there are 5 different demon difficulty faces. We're going to start with the easiest of them, as evident by its name, the Easy Demon. Out of these, 3 stand out as particularly easy out of all of the Easy Demons. The Nightmare by Jax, The Lightning Road by Timeless Real, and X-Step V2 by line, 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 Neptune, line, line, line. Those three are particularly easy, with the first being the easiest, and also my first demon, if you couldn't tell by looking at my GD message feed, but let's stop endorsing me. Easy demons are typically short bursts of high-speed gameplay with not a lot of time to breathe. There is a level that is 100% like this, and that is the level Blast Processed by Jerk. Now, medium demons are the next up, and they're slightly harder than easy demons, but not too much. Hard, slightly harder than medium, and is the main difficulty face for the demons in the search bar. And also, all three main level demons have this face, which is the demon face, and it was the original face made for demon. If you look up Geometry Dash demon difficulty face, and don't put like a specific one, the top one will likely be the hard demon face. Next up is the insane demon, which is slightly harder than the hard, and then we have the extreme demon. Extreme demons are the hardest levels in the game. Usually, like mid-sized levels that have fully hard gameplay throughout the whole level. I mean, it's called the extreme demon. What do you think? Now, time for the geometry quiz. Alright everyone, it's time for the geometry quiz. And just like last episode, me and Gale18, who is normally our sponsor, unpaid, for this section, me and him have not worked it out on the whole quiz thing yet. So, I will be doing a question. How many main levels are in Geometry Dash? A, 22, B, 21, C, 23, or D, 26? The correct answer is D, 26. Now, there are 22 main levels that you would think of, but the tower contains 4 platformer mode levels, and those count as main levels. Well, it's time for the outro. Alright, everyone. Now, please, I will extend the duration of last episode's poll, because I do really want to know what you want to call me. And I do need to know that, so that I know what to tell you at the end of the episode. But this is Cybor 1388, signing off.